Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to day 1596 of the beautiful, the gorgeous daily antidote of song. Thank you for being here and making things happen. To everyone on the live stream, hello and welcome. To everyone in the room, hello and welcome. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. It is night here for me in Pune, India, and my name is Shruti. And so exciting to have so many of you in the room and tuning in to Candice in California and Bryn. Thank you for holding fort behind the scenes. To Arlene in Berkeley. Welcome to Elizabeth in California. Dory and Ollie in Rhode Island, perhaps. Welcome Marcia in Yale. Adele, Gary, perhaps in Massachusetts, Susan in Cincinnati, Kathy in Colorado, Nancy in Washington State, Bonnie in Boise, Sheila in Florida, Cricket, welcome, to Sue in Seattle, Carolyn in Boise, Sarah in Texas, Carolyn in DC, Joe, who is driving somewhere, and for holding fort always behind the scenes. Thank you for being here. To everyone who is just entering the room, to Louise and Kat Cox in Vermont, and Phil in Totnes, to Gary, to Elizabeth, to Rob, and to Jillian, and Storm, and Annette, and Jane in Texas. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Louise, and to Lynn and Annette and Storm, welcome. If I have missed your name in the hellos, I promise I will do an exuberant goodbye, but thank you for being here. And so exciting to have on day 1596. We're welcoming back after a while to the Daily Antidote of Song, Peter Siegel, everyone. Peter is tuning in from Brattleboro, Vermont. And Peter is today joined by Natalie, Amanda, and Lynn. And it's so exciting to have you back, Peter. Peter's music, for those of you who may not be familiar, Peter is an award-winning musician, educator, founding member of the Gaslight Tinkers. And Peter was just talking about his work with community and getting people to sing, which is why it's so exciting to have four of you join us today from Vermont. Thank you, Peter, for being here with us, and we'd love to know what we're singing with you.
We're singing a song called "You Ain't the Guru," and it comes from a place of both I don't know, connection and cynicism at the same time. it's anyway. I think the song speaks for itself. So shall I just sing?
We'd love to sing it with you.
Are you sure?
Yes, please.
Great. Okay. All right. She said to me, "You don't know who you are." I didn't feel like calling her bluff. But when she said, "I know exactly who I am," couldn't get away fast enough. I figure that we're all a work in progress, but some just won't submit to the reality. There's no mountain to beg. It's awfully hard to admit. Here's the chorus. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, you ain't the guru. When your edifice is all built up like a bridge that doesn't sway, a wayward gust will come along and blow your butt away. And as you take that predicted fall, rather than face the shame, you'll try to drag us down with you by looking for someone to blame. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, you ain't a guru. Now in this world of know-it-alls, a brand is all you need. Advice it is the perfect product, 'cause success ain't guaranteed. And when a wise woman, she feels enlightenment, she'll put it right in her pocket. But when a salesperson like you thinks she's enlightened, she's going to want to hock it. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, you ain't a guru. I wanna be with the mystery, a bit that I don't know. My feet planted on the ground, but sway when the cold winds blow. I wanna be the old man with a few choice words to say, speaking my mind out of love, step right out of the way. Because this world ain't black and white, it's only shades of gray. And when you know what you don't know, that's when you're on your way. Oh, when you think your stew has steamed, start cooking something new. And if you think you're all evolved, you ain't the guru. And when you know what you don't know, that's when you'll be true. Yeah. Ah.
David,
Well,
Peter Siegel, everyone. That sounds fabulous. To
thank you.
Peter and to Lynn and Natalie and Amanda. Thank you for that. That was fabulous.
You are so welcome. And it was a nice surprise to me, because having these three wonderful voices in back of me was not planned. It just sort of happened. Here they are.
Peter, tell us a bit more about this song. When did you write it, and tell us a little something about
Well, the
how.
song, yeah, the song kind of came out of relationship. It's like people who feel like they have the answer, and it came out of personal relationship. But the song really, I mean, I think that song culminated, as a lot of my songs kind of culminate, they start with relationship, and then they are really about the greater world, and because of the world that we're, especially the world that we're living in, and even it's so poignant right now when everyone wants to have the answer. Everyone wants to have the answer politically, and everyone wants to have the answer philosophically. And if once people, the truth is that once people start admitting that they don't know shit, that's when we can start doing the real work. And it's on the left, it's on the right, and it's in the middle. And that's really what it comes down to. And I just want to say, even just from my own personal experience with my own family, I had a little family conflict with someone in my family that I completely agree with 99%. But part of it was just my part was well, we don't really know. And then that person's part was, but I do know. And that was the conflict, really, and I think that we just need to be okay, sure, maybe that's something I don't really understand. And so,
Yeah, thank you for the humor in it, and the deep, important questions. Yeah, that sounds fabulous.
one other thing actually I want to say to that actually is that I do have, and we all have gurus in our lives. We all have people who we look to as people who are a symbol of where we want to be. And and I guess in later life I realized they're always the people that don't consider themselves the gurus. They're the ones that are the example, and they're not trying to be something. They're just there as a symbol. And I have one particular person in my life, and I always say, "You're my guru," and he's like, "Oh yeah, whatever." But and so that I think that's key to the way I see things now. Anyway, sorry to pontificate too much, but
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you for that. So Peter, where are you performing this summer? You said you had a couple of things coming up this weekend, and tell us about it so we can join you in person if that's possible.
Yeah, so this coming weekend we're going to be my band, the Gaslight Tinkers, are going to be at this wonderful gathering of that Ruth Unger and Michael Miranda they put together at a Shokin called the Hoot, which Pete Seeger, who was also really influenced in my life, was really foundational for them too, and they founded this sort of folk, whatever groovy weekend. With dancing and singing and all sorts of really awesome stuff in a beautiful place at Ashokan, and that's the Hoot. So I guess if you look up the Hoot in the Hudson Valley, you'll see that. I didn't put that link in there. And then Sunday, I'm playing at the Pines Theater in Northampton for a benefit in the afternoon. The Gaslight Tinkers, Northampton, Massachusetts. But I want to talk about just quickly in a couple of weeks, the week after Labor Day, Amanda Whitman and I, who's right over here, we should say all their full names. But by the way, this is Natalie Blake, who owns the wonderful studio, who's right here, and there's a cafe attached to it that is run by other friends of mine. And Natalie is a wonderful artist. If you visit Brattleboro, look up Natalie Blake. And then Amanda Whitman is here, and we'll talk about her in a minute. And this is oh my God,
Lynn Storm.
Lynn Storm.
Yeah, I'll
Lynn
tell you.
Storm.
Yeah.
And Lynn Storm is about to move to the Southwest, but
Santa Fe,
yes,
New Mexico.
And is a wonderful singer and educator. So Amanda and I, we started this thing called the River Jam Romp. And we started it because we felt like Brattleboro has such an unbelievable saturation of art and music. But because it's such a small place, those artists and musicians are mostly known in other places and travel other places. And I found personally that I would go to a weekend in California and there would be another band there, or Texas, wherever, and almost every other band member was from here, which is really bizarre. And I know that Joe knows that as something it's just like, and I was saying this earlier in our little chat earlier, but there's you visit Brattleboro and this is a really cool little town, but there's this underbelly of depth of artistry that people actually don't see, because all the artists are living around Brattleboro and in the hills, and all of the musicians are traveling elsewhere to play. And there's 2 or 3 venues in town, and that's it. So Amanda and I decided to start this weekend where we would showcase only artists from a very small radius around here, and be dancing and a cappella singing and instrumental singing and there's shirt making and cider making and all sorts of stuff like that. So that's the River Jam Romp.
Awesome. So we call all of that romping. So for people who like to sing and play music, dance, do crafts, or just like to be around people who are doing them, and really, like Peter said, the point was to get our community together locally in our community so that people don't have to travel to experience those things, and we can also hire our friends and neighbors to come and do a gig right at home, share what they do with the folks that live near them. Right. Super fun.
It's a labor thing, you could pay people to stay home.
Yeah. Awesome.
That sounds fabulous. Thank you for letting us know about this, Peter. Are these details on your website? I think Bryn has put some links.
Yes, the romp.org is the one for the River Jam Romp, and then I put my website and the Gaslight Tinkers website on there as well. So
Thank you for this, and good luck for everything that's happening over the next few weeks for you. Sounds beautiful and sounds magical, even though it's Peter and I were trying to figure out whether we're like all across the world from each other, or like halfway across the world. So then we
yeah, how do you
decided exactly sort of opposites. India and the US. Well, thank you for this, Peter. We'd love to sing the song with you again, and if I might request, we'd love to, if you can sing the chorus a few times, and we'll kind of get into the groove and maybe pick up one or the other harmony, perhaps, and join in. And you may not be able to hear the fifth part, but I'm sure there's like a lot of fifth parts going on in the chorus.
Great.
We'd love to sing with you again.
All right, thank you. Sure. And all right, goes like this. 1, 2. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, you ain't the guru. One more time. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, We'll go right into it. Here we go. She said to me, you don't know who you are. I didn't feel like calling her bluff. When she said, I know exactly who I am, I couldn't get away fast enough. I figure that we're all a work in progress, but some just won't submit to the reality. There's no mountain to bag. It's awfully hard to admit. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, you ain't the guru. When your edifice is all built up like a bridge that doesn't sway, a wayward gust will come along and blow your little butt away. And as you take that predicted fall, rather than face the shame, you'll try to drag us down with you by looking for someone to blame. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, you ain't the guru. Now in this world of know-it-alls, a brand is all that you need. Advice, it is the perfect product, 'cause success ain't guaranteed. And when a wise woman, she feels enlightenment, she'll put it right in her pocket. But when someone like you thinks they're enlightened, they're gonna wanna hock it. When you know there's all to know, that's when you've work to do. And if you think you've reached the summit, you ain't the guru. I wanna be with the misery, admit that I don't know. My feet planted on the ground and sway when the cold winds blow. I wanna be the old man with a few choice words to say, speaking my mind out of love and step right out of the way. Because this world ain't black and white, it's only shades of gray. And when you know what you don't know, that's when you're on your way. Oh, when you think your soup has steak, start cooking something new. And if you think you're all evolved, you ain't a guru. And when you know what you don't know, that's when you'll be true.
Yeah!
Oh, nice to see you all singing along out there.
Let's give it up for Peter, Amanda, Lynn, and Natalie, everyone, coming in from Brattleboro. Thank you. How utterly fabulous this was. What a much needed laugh and much needed reflection. Thank you, Peter, for joining us again at the Daily Antidote of Song, and hope to have you back real soon. And thank you so much, Amanda, Natalie, and Lynn, for being here with us and giving us those deliciously rich harmonies. And yeah, so fabulous singing with all of you. To everyone who has joined in, whether you're on the live stream or in the Zoom room, thank you for being here. Thank you for creating this community of kindness and love and music. And yes, to Arlene in Berkeley, to Dory and Ollie, thank you for being here. Susan in Cincinnati, Kathy in Colorado, Sheila in Florida, thank you for being here. Cricket, thank you for being here. Bryn, thank you for holding forth behind the scenes. Sue in Seattle, David and Elsie in Oakland, Linda on Orcas Island, Carolyn in Boise, Candice in California, thank you for being here. To Carolyn in DC, Annette, Adele, Mabel and a Bear, Louise, Baba Jim, Cat Cox, Dan Walker in Vienna, Bob and a Bear, Jane in Texas, Becky, thank you for being here, to Gary in Massachusetts, Storm in Massachusetts, Fred in Silver Spring, Jamie in Victoria, thank you for being here, to Jane in Maryland, Joe who's driving, thank you for being here, Sarah in Texas, thank you for being here, to Cliff in Vermont, Rob, to Elizabeth in California, Phil and the gang in Newcastle, Isabel and Martha, thank you for being here. Peter and gang, thank you so much. We'll
Thank you.
we hope to have you back soon. And everyone, let's wave goodbye to each other and to the live stream and to Peter and the fabulous gang in Brattleboro. Thank you, everyone, for day 1596 of the Daily Antidote of Song. Much love and peace wherever you are.